welcome back to Heather's greenhouse. So I wanted to show you why I hate landscape fabric. Now, I did not put this down, but I'm the one that's got to deal with it now. Well, me, and I asked Thomas to help me. So what happened is, at some point, a landscaper or homeowner, I don't know, somebody put down landscape fabric. But what happens is, you can see right here, organic matter gets on top of it, breaks down, makes compost, and grass just grows on top. Weeds grow on top. So I'm assuming this section was that way. I don't know. I did, since it was here, I did put my pots on it to help with weed control, so it was already down. I'm not sure why they would have needed weed control in this area, but there's weed fabric down, and now I've got to pull it up and get rid of it. But if you look where I pulled it back, the dirt, the soil up underneath is just compacted, hard, and dead. What happens a lot of time is rain goes through, it can't come back out, and basically the soil up underneath just dies. So got to get that landscape fabric out of here so we can put down another bed. Alright, just wanted to show again why landscape fabric is such a horrible idea. The soil up underneath where we pulled it off is just dead. And you can see that roots went through the fabric into the ground, which made pulling this off extremely difficult. So I think we're just going to cut each side off. You see I kind of cut there. And then we'll cut on this side. And we'll just cut it semi-straight. Call it a good enough. But yeah, please, please, please think twice before you ever put landscape fabric into your yard. You don't want to deal with this mess. It is a pain. So let's talk landscape lighting. Everybody loves some pretty landscape lights. You can see I've got some solar uplights here, but unfortunately, I've got to get rid of them. I didn't think of this, but somebody told me that pointing lights at night toward a tree will attract insects. And I don't know if you can see that palmetto, but it is infected with something. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my solar uplights. And then I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with this palmetto tree. I'm not a fan of chemicals, but I think I might have to spray that one. I don't know if you can see how bad the insect damage is or not. So anyway, lesson learned for me. While landscape lights are beautiful, I will not be putting them in my yard anymore. Y'all let me know if y'all had the same problem with landscape lights. Okay, so the last bed is in now. You can see that Thomas helped me pull the landscape fabric out. So appreciative to him for his help. I could not have done it by myself. There is the bed. It has one eucalyptus tree planted in it. I've had that tree for a couple of years. It was in a terracotta pot. I would carry it in every winter, back out during the spring. And I did an experiment with the second one where I planted it in the ground and it did fine. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired of carrying this thing in and out. So I needed something in that spot anyway, so I thought that would be perfect. So we're going to see how the eucalyptus does in that raised bed. I used Miracle-Gro vegetable bed soil. I did not use potting soil. I did put some organic fertilizer, so that's what you see on top. And then I did a layer of mulch. I had to buy mulch anyway because I needed a couple of place is mulched. You can see there's a little bit over there. And there's some right there. That's just so I have a walk path where I'm not walking in mud. I'm thinking about maybe just putting mulch everywhere in here between all the raised beds. Probably cost a pretty penny, but I think it would look good. So I don't know, I'm gonna think about it. You know, I like mulch. Mulch breaks down and actually composts the soil and makes the soil healthier and better. All of these beds are open on the bottom, so all the roots can get down into the ground. The one bad thing about mulch, you can see I had a mulch path here that I put in probably last summer, and it just has weeds grow over top of it. I can't say even with the weeds, I'm not walking in muddy clay whenever it rains, so it's better than it was. Because I don't know, maybe you can see over here where the fabric was, that clay just does not absorb any of the rain. It just becomes a muddy mess. And so putting mulch over it helps with that, so I'm not going to bring a lot of mud into the house when I'm out here gardening. But yeah, I'm excited about having the eucalyptus in the planting bed here. It's also convenient if I'm out here and I'm putting a bouquet of flowers together. If I want to grab a couple of eucalyptus stems to add in a bouquet, it'll be convenient to do that. And I'm sure I'll have to do that because where it's at here is a main area. You know, we've got the double gates here, and I'm trying to leave this area open because that's where the double gates are. And don't worry, that mess of fabric is going to go away at some point. It's just not going to be today. But yeah, I'm excited. And I'm pretty positive that's the last bed I'm going to add. I'm running out of room. I want to make sure that I have enough gaps between the beds for the width of a lawnmower. So that's why they're kind of spaced out the way they are. But yeah, I need to go to the balcony and get a shot down and show you how it looks. So let's do that real quick. Oh, while I'm here, update on the elephant ear. So it did put out a second leaf. So I think that's a good sign. I think it just needed more water than I was giving it. And the hibiscus here is doing really well. So yeah, I'm excited about that bed. I know I'm supposed to be taking y'all up to the balcony to get a shot down to see how it looks, but I just keep getting distracted. There's so many beautiful plants in this garden. I'm so proud of it. Let me just show you this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then this one. I just love those. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, it looks like we might get some rain. See if I can show you the clouds. They're definitely rain clouds. I will say, I'm tired of hearing it's gonna rain and it doesn't, so I'm gonna finish my watering anyway. If it rains in addition to me watering, that's awesome. But I am not trusting the clouds or the weather report anymore. I've got a little baby lizard hanging out on my citrus. Hey, feller. Hey, little dude. You know what? I might have to take some of that potting soil that I put in the greenhouse and put around that citrus. I don't know if you can see, but some of the roots at the top are starting to show through cracks in the soil. And it's starting to yellow some of the leaves. So yeah, I probably need to do that. And I apologize, I am dirty. I've been gardening all morning. I wore gloves about half the time. Alright, I don't know if you can see. These are chive flowers. And you've got 2 and 3 insects per flower. And I don't know what that is, but he looks intimidating. Alright, let's back away and leave them to enjoy the chive flowers all on their own. I've already been bit this morning. Something bit me earlier today. And man, let me tell you, it hurt so bad. I went in and cleaned it with warm soapy water, patted it dry, got some Cord-Aid to put on it, took some Claritin, took some ibuprofen because it was painful, and actually stayed inside and rested a little bit and cooled off before I came back out to finish. So this is our quote-unquote fall bed. This is an example of when you don't have enough dirt, sometimes you get creative. So that is a huge thyme plant that I've stuck in the corner. That's some chives. And that is a wooden box. And as well as there's another wooden box back there. And those paints are nothing I'm going to have to worry about. Then I've got a wooden basket that I put in there. It's got some, well, it's being eaten, but it's rainbow chard. And something is enjoying it. You know, that's one thing. I was hoping the fall garden would be better than the spring garden with the insect pressure. It has still been bad. All right, I'm gonna let you look up there. Just gonna weed that real quick. Sometimes you gotta get weeds when you see them. Isn't that pretty? That is really filling out and looking good. Alright, well my phone is telling me that it is out of battery, so I will see you later. Okay, and just looking from the balcony, I think that's going to look really, really good. And I think it's pretty filled in. I don't think I need any more beds. You know, my goal is to have the beds far enough apart where a push mower can fit through them easily, to where it doesn't have to be weeded the whole area. If it was going to have to be weeded, I'd definitely put down a thick layer of mulch. But I think that is going to look so good. The zinnias are kind of spilling out of the bed and kind of getting into the walk paths of the other beds, but I think it's okay. It's end of season. I mean, honestly, it's September now. Those zinnias are going to get pulled out pretty soon because they're going to get powdery mildew. But yeah, I think that looks good.